podía iniciar la transmisión, no sé por qué, o sea, había empezado y luego no se podía. Bueno, pues nada, sigo intentando.
As it should be.
Como decía, no interesa que yo diga, algo me quita el micro. Así parece que ya lo deja. Vale, dos cositas aquí por mirar. Yo lo digo que estos juegos no me han gustado nunca, pero reconozco que este tiene algo que engancha. Tiene algo que, sobre todo al principio, no te deja apartar los ojos del televisor. Ay, estas cosas me aburren mucho. Moneda, algo. Vamos a por aquí.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Helena. Ethan made this for me.
Ya son vídeos de los 40, 45 minutos. Entonces mira, pero no puedo coger nada.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos. Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Ya recordamos que la van a casar, otras que entra en guerra.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
Sí, bueno, la verdad esperanza. Intenta mirar, ¿no? No sé si se va a tirar loca
King's
esta.
Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Se va a pasar por todo el mundo. A ver si... Claro, vamos a leerla.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Abrir, ¿no? Hay que abrir, ¿no? Sí, voy.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, lady, but are you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here in a minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the royal set, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
What did they say?
I couldn't
Soy una mujer, me tengo que enterar.
I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Solía.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. but I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a cold boy. Not in King's Landing, there's so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, my lady.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Bueno, pues es que... Voy a quitar el micro ya mientras.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us. You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
You can do this.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she has any loyalty at all, Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
would... Let the girl answer the question.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
I'm sorry, Lord Tyrion, but it's a risk I cannot afford.
I admire your discretion. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Mira, I was worried. How was it?
Bueno, no ha salido todo lo airoso que esperaba, pero bueno, ha sido airoso.
So you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei's known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie can make the right introductions. Who knows, we might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen of the
Claro,
Seven.
Joffrey estaba hecho polvo,
I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tar and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well,
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen is pleased by your display, Mira.
Sí, le gustó, bueno, vea.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Pues claro que sí.
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
En
You
aquel tiempo
learn very
cortaban la
quickly.
apariencia.
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
No voy a ayudar.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady! King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa. My mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Bueno. Tío, la verdad, tío, que el estar traducido un rollo, tío, porque no está traducido, perdón. Porque te la que estás leyendo, te va a dar los ojos ahí y luego darle rápido, tienes que... La verdad que es un poco rollo. No te deja por estar vista la tele. Por un lado está chulo, pero...
Seven hells.
Let's
play a little game, shall we?
¿Cómo es eso? Ya, mucho bien. Pero ahí vamos a
Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Esto para esconderse.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets, but the flayed man holds none.
Pity I didn't know your father was the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh! Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something. Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Questi sono futurissimi, non si pone, insomma, il colliaio, la vendaia, queste cose però.
Bloody hell.
Già. Tengo una bandera non arreglo, No. ¿Estoy en el muro, se supone?
Lord Ethan, as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
I want to be like that, like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you crazy son of a whore. Move! Summon the law! We need his judgment.
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Ya vamos de otro vez.
Lord Ethan.
Miss. Who is this man?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed! We all fucking know it!
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Why did you do it?
Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right. I've got family to feed. They're not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day. Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter.
Then you admit to the crime, in front of all gathered here.
I am only what this house made me. You cannot expect a man to live on loyalty alone.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
We can send him to the wall.
I will decide.
Take his fingers. He's a thief! If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord. Please, my lord. My family depends on me.
I sentence you to the wall, where you will join the Night's Watch.
Oh, please, my lord! My family, without me, they'll die!
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due. Not just yourself, of course. You can weigh on any lord.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom.
Who do you think I should choose?
There are 2 capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I'll make the right choice as sentinel.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
¿Y por dónde voy yo ahora?
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Hello, Uncle Malcolm.
I saw what you did today. It's not an easy thing to do, showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt. But if you'll excuse me, my lord, I should finish packing before nightfall. I hope to be off tomorrow, at first light.
Uncle, why are you packing? You're not going somewhere, are you?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
She has asked me to return with him, to help the house.
He said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree. I told her my place is here, that I'll be of no help to you in Essos. But she insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
She's my mother. Of course I'll be gentle.
I know you will. You're good-hearted, my lord. That is your true strength.
Tío, de problema de
My
follones.
mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well. I'm told I must choose a sentinel.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job. He'd be a fine choice. And I'd trust him. Aye, Sir Royland is the man you want.
Why Sir Royland?
We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house. Duncan would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate. Not with the likes of Ramsay Snow.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ethan, I need to talk to you.
Vaya por Dios. Tú no paras, coño.
Mother told me Mira has asked for Lady Marjorie's help.
Did she?
I knew we could rely on Mira. She always thinks of family above all else. Hopefully Lady Marjorie's influence will be enough. But right now I'm more concerned about you. I saw what you did to that man. You promised me you wouldn't
No puedo leer mensajes, ni puedo leer mensajes, ni puedo apartar la vista de la tele para ver qué me está preguntando y qué tengo que hacer.
Garrett being sent to the wall without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What? Ethan, please. Tell me.
Who should I name as my sentinel?
It should definitely be Duncan Tutter. He's dependable and smart, and everyone trusts his judgment.
Vale, cada uno me dice uno.
Sir Royland is unpredictable.
No puedo contestar, ya estoy viendo que me estoy escribiendo, pero no me da tiempo.
You've always
Pues esto
given
no
me
para,
good
cobarde.
advice. Thank you.
Y tampoco tengo puesto, tendría que encender el móvil y toda la historia. Vale, llevo uno a uno. Os voy a preguntar, a ver si eso... ¿Cómo lo ve?
Slash and parry. Slash and parry. Again.
Eso...
Duncan.
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
¿Se escucha con eco? Pues no sé por qué se escucha con eco. Tuti. Voy a... Bajo la radio, bajo la... No sé por qué, la verdad. Eso que yo tengo la voz grave. Estoy un poco ronco, supongo que será por eso. Preguntar sobre los centinelas, dejarte de volver a sus deberes. ¿A qué le damos? Tuti, escríbelo ahí. ¿A qué le damos? A la centinela. Venga, que preguntamos, ¿no? A ver quién quiere que sea centinela.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Would you want to be the sentinel?
More than you can imagine, my lord. With all due respect for Sir Royland, there's no one better suited to the role than me.
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
I'm at your service, my lord.
¿Y esto es lo otro, tío?
Come on, you dogs. You'll not be fighting here forever. Sword up. Swing left.
Barry! Wrong! I didn't know dogs could hold swords.
A word?
Of course, my lad.
I have many decisions to make, and I wanted your advice. I need to name a sentinel.
Ah, you do. And it's good you came to me. I know this house, and everyone here knows me. They know I can hold the reins, or wield the sword in equal measure. I'm the man you need. And might I remind you, it was Duncan Tuttle who sent Garrett to the war. He undermined your authority, and made you look weak to the Whitehills. I would never do that to you. And if you pardon me saying so, I think your father would be proud.
I haven't made my decision yet, but I appreciate your opinion.
So, when will you declare your decision, my lord?
Tonight, at the small council meeting.
Very good. I trust your judgment, my lord.
Esto es demasiado alto, tío, demasiado subido por arriba, demasiado... ¿Puedo mirar? Sí. Esto lo veo demasiado... Listo, ¿eh? Claro.
Careful. Keep at it and you won't have much left. Something to pick your teeth with.
No, Ethan. Look at this. All good swords have a name. I call mine Two Brothers. I carved this to give me strength. And this, so I remember. I mean, I can never forget. But, oh, you know, don't you?
I'm honored.
Yeah. Someday, I'll have a real one. But not like that one. Only a lord could have that sword.
You'll have a good sword, I'm sure of it.
I watched you today. I saw what you did to that man. Was he our enemy? A bad man? Everyone keeps talking about them. Enemies.
Rules mean nothing if we don't enforce them. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad, you can't steal. That's a rule.
Well, I say he was bad. Bad men killed Father and Roderick. They need someone to hurt them back. Even worse. I want a real sword. No one's afraid of wood. I'll find the men who took Roderick someday, and I'll make sure I have a real sword when I do.
Nunca entramos al lado. Mira la comida, no sé si nos dice la comida, no sé. No sé qué nos dirá de la comida.
Provisions are rather low, my lord. I made the count again, just to be sure. But it doesn't look good.
How bad is it? How long could we hold the house?
We couldn't withstand a siege, my lord. If the Boltons or the Whitehills cut us off and wait us out, we'd only last a fortnight. But there are steps we can take. In the past, we've demanded food from the small folk to replenish our stores. We can do it again, if you'd like. We've done it before in desperate times. The last long winter, my family had to give all our pigs to the house.
No, there must be something else we can do.
Well, I hope we find it soon. We won't have much room to maneuver if we don't have the option of holding fast. I can speak to the huntsmen and trappers. Perhaps they can do more. My lord.
Está el pueblo como para...
Do it like you mean it.
A ver la sala este... Es que no me fío de... No me fío de este, tío. No me fío de un pelo de nata este, tío.
Yes, my lord.
What's the state of our defences? Are these men ready for what's coming?
This lot, ready? No, but they will be. We post anyone who can hold a spear along the parapet, up where they won't get much scrutiny. and put our meanest, nastiest looking brutes front and centre. That'll show Ramsay we're a force in our own right. You've got to project power, especially when you're weakened.
Thank you, Sir Royland. I'll let you get back to training these men.
Thank you, my lord. And I'll be sure to watch out for more deserters. After today, I suspect there'll be more to come.
No quiero gobernar con mano de hierro, este va a gobernar con mano de hierro.
I say, Parry, get that sword out.
Pero a veces gobernar con mano de hierro no es malo, no sé qué hacer, de verdad. No sé qué hacer. Este va a ser un blandengue y el otro no va a adaptar. A ver, el maestro este, ¿puedo hablar con él?
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. I see you've spoken to a number of people. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
Yeah.
What is it you're doing over here?
Admiring the ironwood, my lord. I studied it at the Citadel. The wood may be black, but I see gold. An entire forest of gold.
What do you mean?
It is our greatest asset, my lord. Why not give some of our ironwood to House Bolton and have them leave us be? We could ransom ourselves. You can hardly put a price on your own life, or the lives of those you love.
How much do we have to give, Maester?
From here to Wolfswood Creek and then across the next 2 ridges, it should be enough to satisfy Ramsay Snow, I imagine. Bloodlust can often be sated by gifts and gold. My lord, are you now ready to name your sentinel?
No, no me
Yes,
la
Maester.
digamos hasta aquí.
I'm ready.
Very well. I will
Todavía.
convene the small council at once.
Yo qué sé, no sé qué hacer. Aquí con mano de hierro, no da blandengue.
You may sit.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Duncan, Royland, this house needs you both.
But you can only choose one, my lord.
Let him be on with it.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
Ahora fue este. Este tiene que luchar de brazo.
Sir Royland de Gore, you will be my sentinel.
No voy a ver
God
ahí.
be praised. You've done well, Lord Ethan. You won't regret this.
A poor choice, my lord. Forgive me for saying so, but it's true.
Now, sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
My scouts say he's a day's ride away. We've no time to waste. He'll arrive before any of our allies could be here.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls.
Quiet, Tuttle. You're not the Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the small council, is it not?
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand. Put every man who can hold a spear or crossbow on the wall, and make the bastard fill his boots with piss.
He would see it for the empty gesture that it is, and have us flayed. We must take a measured approach, my lord.
Gentlemen, please. Thank the gods Mira has asked Lady Marjorie for her help. It's not too late for the Crown to intervene on our behalf, but we must have a plan if Mira's efforts are not successful. I trust Mira's judgment. I don't doubt she did everything within her power to help us.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it. It's too dangerous to do otherwise.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough! Maester Ortengrin has swayed me. We will offer the Boltons a share of the ironwood, and we will promise our people to harvest it, thus securing their safety.
A sentinel, I must warn you. Do this, and you invite ruin upon this house.
If we don't, there may be no House Forrester at all.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Ethan has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father. Aye. Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival.
We could offer him the ironwood in the courtyard.
My lord, making this kind of offer outright may simply embolden Ramsay. There could be trouble, and all the house will be there to see it. Meet him in the hall. It will be more private, and he will not have an audience to play against you.
Lord Ethan?
I will meet him in the Great Hall.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
I've faithfully served this house for far too long to sit here and listen to this. Forgive me, my lord, but you are far too young to be the lord of this house. You're likely to get us all killed.
Not another word.
I'd hoped for better from you, my lord.
Bueno. Si es que haga lo que haga, lo hacen mal.
Apologies, my son. I had expected better.
No, es que no quiera que me escribáis, es que estoy leyendo y no sé inglés. Si supiera inglés no había problema, pero no saberlo.
And we will offer the ironwood, providing a safe future for this house.
No matter what, I will stand beside you, my lord, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house.
Pues yo no sé si dejarlo aquí.
There will always be those who question your leadership, which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family. Mira has done everything she can in King's Landing, but there are others who can help us. What about your brother, Asher?
Malcolm told me. You want to bring him back?
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister. And we need all the help we can get.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities, but you do not have that anger inside you.
I'm not like that, but I don't need to be, do I?
No, but you need someone who is standing beside you.
Sí, es verdad, es verdad.
I'm trying to do what's best for this family, what this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
Sorry,
Voy a
Mother,
mandar aquí.
but I can't have Malcolm bring Asher back. He will not go to Essos. That is the final word. Do you hear me?
No, bueno, pues sí. O sí, tío, no puedo darle otra asco, tío.
This is a mistake. I wish you trusted me with this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a forester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Lo podemos utilizar más adelante, ¿no? Pero es que me comentáis, porque es que 15 mensajes, no. 16 ya. Y aquí le voy a dejar, para cuando cargue. Mira, le voy a dejar aquí, pero voy a leer los mensajes. Venga, pues dejo aquí. Y bueno, los mensajes que mandáis, bueno, no tiene mucho sentido, como que lo he escrito, pues, bueno, ya está. No le va a dar ni importancia. Ajuste de transmisión. Bueno, pues lo dejo aquí, chicos, y ya sigo con tercera parte otro día. Hasta luego.